He's just out of rehab and he's desperately seeking redemption. Mad Mel Gibson has gone on a charm offensive after his infamous night on the booze and that racist tirade which threatened to end his career. He's now talking openly about his battle with alcohol, his notorious temper, and his controversial new movie, Apocalypto. As Diane Sawyer discovers, it was while making Apocalypto that Gibson finally came to terms with his demons.
That dancing, raving man with the megaphone is Mel Gibson.
I went and fell over and had a heart attack. Coronary.
Gibson would end up spending 8 months in the jungles of Mexico in one of the most physically harrowing shoots in Hollywood history.
Action!
To outsiders, it was another crazy move by the reckless Hollywood star. Remember him in Lethal Weapon?
You think I'm crazy?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to see crazy? I'll tell you.
Even as a director, Gibson seemed drawn to risk. No one in Hollywood thought Braveheart, the movie he directed, would be an Oscar-winning commercial success. Then next, he had to spend $30 million of his own money to make his obsessive vision of the Passion of the Christ. The studios wouldn't touch it. To date, Passion of the Christ has taken in almost $1 billion. Which brings us to Apocalypto. His hero is a young Maya villager who escapes the Maya rulers who are planning to make him a human sacrifice. At its heart, it's an old-fashioned chase movie. The hero eluding terrifying pursuit. And then, one peril after the other, a kind of catalog of all our primal fears. Whose fears were they?
Boy, they're most people's. I think a lot of them are mine. People like scary stories. If you offer a child the story about the rabbit who picked daisies and went to sleep, or the troll who ate the children, the child will always pick the story, tell me about the troll that ate the children. There's a fascination with fear themes, and we want to face those things in a weird, subconscious way.
Out in the jungle, Gibson gathered a cast of 3,000 Mexicans, non-actors, speaking only Spanish or their native Mayan language, Yucatec. Gibson had to act out for his novice cast everything. How to dance, how to breathe.
You didn't watch. Watch me very closely. What am I doing?
Completamente quieto.
Even how to die. And die. And die. And Gibson's worst day of all, surveying an uninhabited island when he stepped on a hornet's nest.
So I'm there tap dancing like Fred Astaire, going like this. Ears, eyes, nose. The worst sting was just up in, So I put it in the film.
Careful, you.
A film that he says for everyone became a voyage of personal discovery.
Birds, monkeys, the sound of silence, the sound of your own voice in the wilderness.
Gibson says we all have demons within, but none more deadly than his own. That ferocious battle with lifelong addiction. 4 months ago, as nearly everyone knows, after a long sobriety, he had fallen back. In July, there was that drunken, anti-Semitic outburst at a police officer who was arresting him for drunk driving.
The risk of everything, life, limb, family, is not enough to keep you from it. That's the hell of it. You are indefensible against it. If your nature is one of alcoholism.
You will sacrifice
anything, but it's God. You got to go there. You got to do it, or you won't survive.
So how are you since the last time I saw you?
I'm good. Yeah, good.
He says it has also been now 4 months since he had a drink with constant rehab, AA meetings.
Keeping up a healthy regime, or trying to, amidst all the work, flat out.
But physically, you're yourself again?
Yes, I'm still doing 10 chin-ups. And mentally, you start to come back. The old synapses start firing a little better.
Meetings still taking a lot of your life?
Oh, yeah. Every day. And that's good, It sort of centers you, keeps you walking on the right path. Healthy. like helping other people or, and looking at yourself.
And there's something that everyone in Hollywood knows. If you are on the brink, about to go over, Mel Gibson has always been the man who will show up to help. Not long ago, he got word rock star Courtney Love was drowning in drugs again.
Courtney Love came by the studio the other day.
How is she?
She says she's doing well.
She was holed up in a hotel room with her suppliers. He intervened.
But she told the story, said it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't come by.
Oh, I don't know. I think that she deserves the credit for that. Sometimes it takes a tap on the shoulder. I've had them. I'm just was there at the right time. Me and another guy were banging on her door.
Did you know her well, or did you just go?
Not that well. She was like, "Go away."
Mel kept coming to the door with his cheesy grin, going, "Hi."
She slammed the door in his face, but he was determined to get her druggy entourage away. His stroke of genius, cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers?
Cheeseburgers, something.
And they ran off to have a cheeseburger with Mel Gibson.
At that moment, an expert counselor got Courtney Love to rehab.
It's good to see a brother or a sister get up and get it together and sort of move on in a good way. So, boy, that's good. She might have to drag my ass out of the gutter one day. And that happens, you know. It's like the seesaw thing.
In the meantime, Gibson remains unafraid of controversy. He has even said that Apocalypto's themes of a civilization squandering precious resources, including men in war, make him think of the Bush administration and Iraq.
And you have to wonder about waste, conspicuous consumption of people.
Did you think that from the moment it began?
Well, I wasn't sure about it. Has anybody been supplied with a reason for why?
But you're not a pacifist.
No, but I think that that's probably a better way to go, is to make peace first.
So is the film a warning?
In a sense, it's a little bit like a, hey, look at this civilization. They're not around anymore. What were they doing? Why?
And in the film, there is an answer and hope, which takes the form of starting over, living with respect for the earth and peacefully, without fear. Back in the jungle filming the movie, Gibson decided it was time for him to conquer a lifelong fear of heights.
I don't like heights. No, I don't dig it.
After his star, Rudy Youngblood, made several terrifying jumps off a building, the crew goaded Gibson into trying it himself. That's him, looking decidedly less than confident.
Heart pounding?
Well, as they're hauling you up, and everybody gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and the wind starts going. It's a funny feeling dropping that high.
Hard to believe the one-time action star is now 50 years old.
First, there's a plea for help.
A veteran director, even in Aramaic and now Yucatec.
Does it seem impossibly sweet to you when you hear a movie in English?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any more of these. I'll do one in English, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe something funny.
Still committed to not being on screen?
No, I don't feel a necessity to hop in front of a camera. You know, and Jesus, going on 6 years now.
And family, home?
Yeah, everything's chugging along. Hey, there could be grandchildren, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. I can't wait to spoil someone rotten.
Oh, how are you going to feel when they call you Grandpa?
All right.
No, you're not.
I've been called worse than that.